wrote. You're right. I wrote to Jay. I said this is exactly what I need. That challenge, that pressure. So, Serijan, so happy to be back with you. You said yes on the fly last week to us continuing the conversation we had. Was it roughly a year ago, 2 years ago?
No, a year ago.
And we were talking about marketing, and I want to go into today. I want to go into more of the creating content because you're extremely visible on social media.
Really?
I don't think there's anybody that's in real estate that's either a real estate broker or a
Good
mortgage
to know,
broker.
man.
You're Mr. TikTok.
That's good
It's
to
not
know.
just TikTok. He's
No, but he's
everywhere.
very he's hardcore on TikTok.
And he does great quality content. I mean, for anyone out there that could potentially not have seen what you do, you want to go over. But how did you get going with social media and creating content like you do?
Well, listen, I get inspired by other brokers, and I like to see like Ontario brokers, guys from the states, and they're always a step ahead of us, right?
It's true.
So that's where I get my inspiration, and I've been doing videos from the start. Like I was in a team where my team leader was pushing videos, so it was like a low production video. I just like tried to like when I started, it was just regular stuff. Then once you practice, when you get better at it, now you always reinventing yourself to do it better.
And
That's what I.
speaking of which, last time we were together, you invited me on your show. We talked about marketing, as I said, and you were. What's the difference from back then, which was what, a year? You said a year and a half
A year and
or
a
so
half, big difference, man.
to today. What's new?
Uh,
What's
so
different?
uh, so I changed cabinet. That's one of the big change. I have a team of 10 brokers now. I have
So you had no team.
no team at all. I had like one assistant. I have two assistants for myself, plus 10 other brokers that work with me. So it's a big difference. Also, my podcast when like it's more known to the in the industry. I am going to states now to do like interview with people that are from the states. So I'm going big. I'm going bigger right now.
So we talked about all kinds of stuff. I want to focus today on how do you pick the content? How do you create the content? Because I want to inspire. Like this whole
Sure.
show is to give back to real estate
So you
brokers,
wanna
mortgage
you wanna
brokers.
know the secrets?
I want to know the secrets for you in the sense of how do you choose, because you're not going to talk about mortgage rates. Actually, you do have a few things about rates, but it's mostly about how to qualify the stuff that I've seen. But what's the content that really gets more engagement?
Anything about finances, anything about motivation, like how to become a better with your money. That's something I really focus on because when you talk about rates, obviously it's kind of boring. Like everyone's talking about rate.
Yeah.
Everyone has the best rate. Everyone does the work in 24 hours, within an hour. Some people, that's what they promise. So I try to be different, doing stuff that most people don't do. And
But run me through. Sorry to interrupt you, but I
yeah,
want to know, like today, let's say you got up.
yeah.
When's your next content creation time? Did you book it in your calendar? How do you structure
Yes,
that?
yeah, exactly. So I do it every Tuesday, every morning at 6, 7 o'clock. So I start at 7 o'clock. My guy comes in, and I have a script of maybe 10 different stuff that I want to talk
Okay,
about.
so how do you come up with that? When do you
So
come up with those 10
sure,
things? Like,
during the week, I just have ideas, I
okay.
watch stuff, and then an idea pops up, and then I write it down. So I just write the bullet points that what I want to talk about, and then what I do is I make a script behind it.
You script it.
Yeah, everything is scripted.
It doesn't look like it's scripted. Like, do you rehearse?
Yeah.
do you talk to yourself?
You
Like,
know how many? Sometimes it takes like 10 shots to get it right, right?
okay.
So that's the back end. It's a lot of work. That's why most people don't do it. They're scared to do it. But when you have a script, you know where you're going. So
You
it's
have a
not.
direction on
You
where
have a
you're going.
direction. You have to end it. You have to finish it. And when it's done, the guys behind it who
Yeah.
works for it, they make it beautiful. You know. So I know it's a hard process, but once you're done, like everything else is an art.
So from a year and a half, 2 years ago, you had someone there that did the video work, the editing, and all that. Now we were talking before we started
Yeah.
rolling. You changed the team, or was it a few times, or how did you pick who it is that you have in that right
I
now?
try to pick people who wants to learn, who wants to grow, and who are ready to work. and unfortunately, sometimes you pick the wrong ones.
Yeah.
It happens when you're managing a team. But you know what? It happened. Like, it happens to you. It happened to
Yeah.
me. But
Yeah, well,
I try to always like take a step back and move 5 steps ahead.
but when you started from the get go. Someone that says, "Oh, I want to get going. I want to start creating content." You didn't hire someone right
I
away.
didn't
How
hire.
did you get going
I learned. I
originally?
learned how to like cut videos with Final Cut Pro. Like you don't want to go on the add up stuff.
Yeah.
That's too complicated. Final Cut is pretty easy to do. And these days, man, there's apps that do it for you. I met a guy yesterday, a mortgage broker. He's doing amazing videos, and I asked him like, how do you do it? Like, do you have a team? He told me, no, I have an app. It does it for you. There's a cap. The caption that
Yeah.
you guys put.
Sure.
Like now,
But you
personally,
can do it with your iPhone.
you could do it with your iPhone. There's some apps called there's a app called Subcap where you could do it in French because most
No.
apps
Yeah.
only do it in English. And there's another app is called Captions where the caption what's cool about a caption is they do the emojis for you. So
No,
sometimes
that's nice. Yeah. We don't
and
do that.
yeah. So basically, like, there's no excuse for you to not do
You
any
see,
stuff.
and I like what you just said about the no excuses. I didn't want to learn all this stuff, this editing. I didn't want to bother with that. So what I did is I just started the camera and I just did lives by myself with my laptop. Like, it was crappy, like the quality wasn't there, but the content was good. And I just started. I didn't want to give myself an excuse because for me, and I think this might touch on depending on your personality. Instead of taking or saying I'm going to take the time to learn a new app or a new way or how do you edit and cut and chop, because that's time consuming. For me, it was just I could just start the camera, do live, just post it up, and move on with your day.
If that's what it takes
Yeah,
for you to
exactly.
start,
To get
you can
going.
start like that. Like, no, like people know, like people like the people who saw me grow, they saw me that like right now what I'm doing right now and 5 years ago my videos are not the same, and they actually appreciate it, and they're like, yo bro, your stuff is way beyond
Well,
what I
I can
seen.
tell you from the last 2 years,
Voila.
a year and a half, it's already.
And the reason why I got to this place because I started a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. If you don't start, you can't really know.
So every Tuesday,
Every Tuesday,
what's your content that gives you the most that if I talk about this, it's gonna get more? Is there a topic or something
man,
that
when
you
there's
already
a
know?
girl behind, I'm just kidding. It's a good question. Uh, you
Or
don't
it's a roll of the dice? You never know.
you don't really know, but some that are I feel like there's a better reach than others. When your hook is very strong, when it's very like um, interesting, strong,
No, but how do
controversy.
you know? I mean, you have
You
these
don't you
subjects.
don't know, you don't really know, but that's why you have to, like, there's a saying that 80 20 80 like 100% of you what you do, there's only 20% is gonna
Yeah,
rise and
connect
it's gonna
and
connect
yeah.
or it's gonna go viral. So you never know what's the work that is gonna go get you that to a viral place, but you just produce,
That's right.
and that's what you have to do. I don't really concentrate on the numbers. I just produce. And there's a guy who called me just like 2 hours ago. He called me for us for other stuff, for real estate and stuff like that. He told me, bro, I see you everywhere on LinkedIn, on IG, on TikTok. I can't really avoid you. And I just made a deal with him because he was selling leads for mortgage brokers, and
Yeah.
the reason why he called me because he was seeing myself everywhere, right? So he create opportunities. You came here because you're seeing me everywhere, so you thought
I
that,
want what you got.
yeah,
I want what you get. No,
yeah,
but let's talk about the platforms that you use. Is there a choice? Is it you go on everything? Do you prefer one versus the other? Like, what's your? Because it keeps changing, right?
yeah.
The algorithms keep
So
changing.
right now, what is really interesting is TikTok. TikTok gives you the better audience, higher reach, because TikTok,
It's targeted, I find.
yeah, like they give you better, and especially if you're starting,
Yeah.
they know you're starting, they know everything, right? They know you're starting, so they'll try to like attract you and like get you addicted to TikTok. So what they do, they're gonna push you. So once you see the reach, you're like, oh man, I want to do more. I want to do more. Sometimes there's some videos that I have it gone up to 20,000 20,000,
Wow,
30,000.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. 30,000 people seen you, right? And because it's the same video I use for reels, the same format,
Yeah,
same um, length.
yeah.
It's so you just post it everywhere.
What
Or even
about
on LinkedIn, Facebook.
YouTube Shorts?
I do. I just started
Those are
doing
great.
YouTube shorts. Like right now, what I listen to a lot of Gary Vee stuff.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Like, here, so he's the one who told us, like back in the days, he was telling about TikTok and nobody listened. And
Yeah.
look at us right now. Everyone is on TikTok. Back in the days, we were telling everyone were telling TikTok is for old people, but you guys are here.
What
I'm
does he
here.
say?
Everyone's.
What does he say about Instagram? If I want to see if you pay attention.
I mean, he talks a
He
lot.
talks a lot. No, he speaks about Instagram, saying that now for him, for his companies, it's down to the 5th place of choice.
Oh, really?
5th.
Who was the first?
TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook fan pages, because the algorithms are all similar now. They're changing.
Only fan or fan page?
Fan page.
Okay.
No. Only fan? Is that what you said? Well, look, it's not all bad on there. There's some good stuff. No, but that's his most recent 3 recommendation based on the algorithms.
Okay.
So it's important to follow people like Gary Vee and people in that environment to educate yourself. I'm not
So
saying
fan page first,
yeah.
and second.
No, TikTok first. Well, the top 3 were TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook
YouTube Shorts, second.
business pages, fan pages.
I just recently started YouTube Shorts.
Well, for me, it's working.
Are you
pretty well.
getting a good feedback on YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, man. Like a small, like every video, like I do podcasts, right? So every podcast I gather small videos and I post them, and those videos, the viewers who look at those videos to the actual podcast, so it gives me more views,
Yeah.
more listening time because of that.
So one thing you've been doing, I've noticed, is that you go to leaders in the industry, in real estate industry. Naturally, you can learn from that because you get the reach. You get a bigger reach. If you're coming to my podcast, then you get my reach plus your reach plus. I'm not going to name the names because I don't know that I can, but other successful people in real estate that have a certain reach. Was that a strategy of yours, or it happened organically?
It is a strategy. At the same time, I just wanted to learn, and obviously, when you're starting and you're nobody, it's always hard to like go get to those people, and so like one lead to another.
Yeah.
So I started with people who just gave me a chance, and I learned from them. Imagine, like, let's say you're just starting and you're asking Etienne, "Hey, give me an hour of your time."
Yeah.
So I can ask you a question. Obviously, having a platform, it helps. So it was also a selfish decision for me because I just wanted to learn from you. And
Yeah, but at the same time, you give back the
and I
visibility
give
to
back
the
by doing
individual.
podcast. Yeah.
So how did you prevent yourself from getting discouraged when people told you no?
I just don't listen, man. People like me, people like Etienne, and people like you, I'm pretty sure like we avoid those distraction. So when I started, like my first language is in English, neither French. I started my podcast in French, and for me, like people told me like you're not that good in French. Are you sure you want to do this? People like told me those kind of
Yeah.
comments, but you know what? I said fuck it. I'm just gonna do it, and there's people gonna like you. There's people they would never
Not
like
everyone
you.
will always.
So
like you.
I didn't care. So look at me now. So number one podcast for brokers right now, based on views and reach and listening time. So
And I have to say something about that. I don't know if you remember, but when I did your show back a year and a half ago or 2, and you should absolutely go check it out, I said something to you, and I said I'm going to have the most views of of any of your guests. Do you remember that?
I do, and I don't know what you did.
And what happened?
We do have.
Is it still?
No.
Oh my God! What's the number? Because I gotta beat it.
I don't remember.
You gotta have me back.
Yeah, sure.
You gotta. Someone beat me for real.
Yeah, there's someone who beat you. I think it's.
Or was it boosted? Aha! Because
no,
mine was all organic.
I'm not sure.
There was no promotion.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, for real. No,
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't
didn't
be.
do any, you
No,
didn't
no,
do any marketing. At all?
zero.
That's great, man.
No paid
And
nothing.
I seen I searched your name recently, and your podcast, my podcast, is also in your podcast, in your channel,
Okay.
and it did have like 2,000 views. I'm like,
There you
damn, that's
go.
crazy.
See, that's great.
That's
So you got to check it out. So if someone wants to go, you're on all the platforms.
Yeah.
If they want to see the whole thing and not just extract, where's the best place?
You mean
YouTube?
the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. The long format is always on YouTube. And to answer your question, you asked me like what is the best platform.
Yeah.
Shorts is always IG, TikToks, and all the stuff. Long ones YouTube.
And what is it called? Your podcast?
Les Courtiers du Québec.
Les Courtiers du
Les
Québec.
Courtiers du Québec.
I have a question from Greg.
Yeah.
Craig, how important is to play the game of luxury cars and watches? Do you think it's important? Do you do that? Is that something you do?
I just started like because I have a nice car, you know. I used to.
But why? Why do people do that? Because I get this question all the time because of my car or some stuff that I show. And
People associate good looking stuff with success. You know, like when you have a nice car, that means that you're actually making it. You have some kind of success. So obviously, like when you get to a level where you want to show that you have success, it helps, but you don't really need it. Like I've been successful way before having a nice car, you know. But it helps. Like if you want to attract some other clients and another type of clientele, it does help.
but that yeah, because at the beginning of your shows, depending on who the guests are, usually you show some nice stuff, either nice properties, nice cars, nice nice
It
watches.
does definitely help. Like who you like you don't want to listen to someone who's not like I don't know like who's driving a
Well,
2008 2001 Yaris.
Unless you
Obviously, and
know
he's
who
actually
it
telling
is.
you that he's successful. You know,
Yeah, unless you
hard
actually
to
know.
believe.
Yeah,
hard to
that's
believe.
right. That's right. So another question we have is, in your opinion, what are the pitfalls people should stay away from when thinking marketing or social media?
Yeah,
Like things you learned that, oh my god, this doesn't work, or I shouldn't have done, or anything like that.
that's a great question, man. I feel like like when you're starting, you are comparing with other people who are have a better budget than you, better quality than you, and you're just scared to just start it
Yeah.
because you have just a phone. But I'll say just start it because that's how you start to become somewhere else. If it's kind of corny what I'm saying, but it is the truth.
No, I agree.
I feel like if you don't start, if you compare to other people, like there's a lot of brokers right now, they're looking at my stuff like, damn, this guy his quality is very good. How can I start with just a phone?
Yeah.
Like people's gonna appreciate whatever you're saying because if your content is good. I know people that have just a camera, just a phone, and they do the whole thing to all by themselves.
I gotta say that for me personally, sometimes when I just do and I want to ask if you do this, but if you just record a little video,
Of course I do.
like and put it on stories
Yeah,
with not with your phone. Actually, one you replied to, or I like to take pride in knowing that maybe I motivated you to do the the exercise in the morning. You responded to one of the stories where I'm at the gym, and you said, "Okay, I'm gonna tomorrow. I'm getting up and I'm doing." Are you still doing it?
yeah, of course.
Did I have something to do with it?
Of course, man.
Come on.
Of course.
Say it loud, baby.
I hate to see someone else beating me somewhere. So I seem it's in like,
Well, it's not beating you. It's encouraging. No, it's
but it's a way of saying like I like people who are uh, motivated
yeah.
and they're very passionate and it helped me a lot because by working about four and a half to go at 5 o'clock, you have plenty of time to do all the other stuff. And I was always missing time. I have so many projects, so many things going on, and it's always the time.
And I gotta say, after that, I had some challenging times ahead. And when I saw that you kept on posting at 5 and or whatever it was at the gym, I said, "Ah, man, I gotta go back. I gotta get back into it. I can't do it."
You know, they're saying like when you wanna you hang around with people who have
Yeah,
some kind of success and everything, because you wanna like get that influence in you all the time. So
it does.
and by looking at your stuff, I get influence. You get
Yeah,
influence.
and that's why this show is to share this kind of stuff and to share how we go about our day and our businesses to grow and to better ourselves. I have another question that this
Gotta
is
let this guy talk. Like,
no, he doesn't need to talk. No, but this is one that maybe you, if you want to ask it, Mike, I'll give you the. But I wanted to
He had
ask.
so many questions before.
I know,
before
now
starting
he's
any-
silent. He doesn't. But I'll let you speak. I just want to, because this is one that we argue a lot about.
Yeah, sure.
Well, argue. We debate. We have conversations about. Is it better to post a lot in a day or one a day? Like, what's your quantity versus quality, or do you have a strategy like that?
Like what I learned recently is that the time that you post doesn't really matter anymore. You can post anytime, and it's gonna the algorithm, if you have already a big reach, you have a big following, it's gonna get there, and people's gonna see your stuff. If you post it at night, tomorrow morning they're gonna see it. Back in the days, you had to like post it in a certain hour to get that full reach. It's not like that. That's what I got. That's what I.
This is
That's,
through your experience.
no, it's people that
That
people
know
like they
more.
know
But
marketing.
is
They
there
know.
such a thing as overposting?
Well, obviously, you don't want to like be annoying and post like 100 every day, or couple like 10, 20 or every day. But I feel like if you post during in the morning and in the evening, that'll be the perfect.
So you're doing 2 posts a day.
I don't, man. That's a lot of work.
So what do you do?
I do once a day.
Once
I
a
try
day.
to do once a day. I try, and if I miss a day, maybe it's once every 2 days. But I try
So
to do
would you
it.
consider somebody that posts 7 times a day too much?
It's good. That's amazing. That's
See?
perfect. That's
See?
more than perfect, because like
But
you don't want to miss a
there's
day.
but that
Imagine, like every day I post, I always get a DM. I always get that kind of a question from someone who's actually asking you, "Hey, can you do this?" Or
is that because you have a call to action on everything? Do you have a call to action on everything, or not necessarily?
sometimes in some videos I do, others I don't.
No. Okay.
The fact that I'm just always posting and people seeing my stuff, and like, what people have to understand is, as a broker, like we think that we're producing video to get new clients. That is true. You will come, but sometimes just for your own community. Like you see my stuff, you see my stuff. A lot of other
Yeah.
realtors see my stuff. As a mortgage brokers, I want realtors to see my stuff. And since I am a special mortgage broker, I also work with mortgage brokers. They also see my stuff. So sometimes you post it and then you get a lead that comes in. Hey, bro, I seen your stuff.
It's because you're staying top of mind.
Exactly.
And that's the whole point of using social media.
It's not just for a new client; it's for your own communities or for your partners. Instead of doing 5 to 7, like I said, going to restaurants and having that kind of meeting with your partners, but just posting all the time, you're always on their face. So you don't have to do. Let's say you're a family man,
Yeah.
and if you're always outside, doing restaurants and all the stuff, you're gonna lose your wife, man. Because you're always.
And that's one of the problems that I face right now. Is
No, but it's a way of it's a saying like that. You could be in their face all the time by
In a
being
good
on
way.
social
The
media.
reason why is because a lot of marketing people say that when you post too much, the algorithm actually, like at some point, if you're doing like 7, 8, 9 posts, that it won't reach as much as if you did 2 or 3. That was what a lot of people were saying.
I can't really recall on that because I don't post 7 days a week, 7 times a day. That's too much.
Well, we posted 10 times a day for
Are you
last
talking
year.
about stories or you're
No,
talking about
everything. No, not 10 stories, just 10 posts altogether, including a story.
What they told me is you have to be you have to be you have to post at least once or twice a day on the post site, on the wall, but story you do as much as you want.
Yeah, but my theory with all of this is this: if everybody's doing 1 or 2,
You do more.
I want to do way more than that. I want to blow it out of the water. But Jay, you've mentioned, and you're not mic'd up, so maybe I'll change the conversation. But there's all kinds of theories, and maybe it's not even theories. Maybe it's actual.
Well, the categories of who you are reaching. If you have 1.7 million people,
Right.
and you are all in different time zones.
So now I just
across
feel
the
bad.
globe,
I just feel bad now.
You should.
Shouldn't feel bad. How are you finishing the year? What's your strategy?
So my strategy, like I met Patrick Bedavid. Do you guys know Patrick Bedavid? No.
Sure,
Yeah.
we do.
So
Yeah, I do.
so I had the balls to ask him to be on my.
Wait,
podcast.
who is he? Explain who he
He's
is.
an entrepreneur. He's a big guy in the States. From
Oh,
zero.
he accepted to.
No, but wait,
Yeah,
who is he? Let's explain.
So
those that
he's an
don't.
entrepreneur. He built an insurance agency from 0 to 20,000 agents in 50
Nice.
states. Now he just got an exit. He just sold it for $300 million. So he's all like now he's into like media, Valuetainment. If you ever heard of it,
Yeah.
he does a lot of podcasts. He did interview like Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. So he's
A
a
lot
big
of
guy.
stars, yeah,
but
he's huge.
a lot of stars and a big valuable guy. So I asked him like, "Will you be on my podcast?" Obviously, he told me, challenged me like, "Yes, but you gotta do this." So my goal now.
But what's this?
So he told me like he need to have like a million downloads.
A million
downloads,
downloads?
yeah.
What does that mean? Downloads? Like
Download is like how many people are listening to your stuff.
A
So I have
million.
audio platform and I have visual platform, right? Like YouTube. So a million downloads, I can do it with French contents. I have to do it in
Right.
English.
Yeah.
I have to get a broader audience. So that's why I'm always going to the States now to have
To grow
great
the reach.
influence people. Like the guy I interviewed like 2 weeks ago, his name is Neil Holm. He's a mortgage broker who have 124,000 followers as a mortgage broker. That's a start for a mortgage broker. Next week I'm going to Dallas for another guy. Who's in the insurance industry. He has 300,000 followers. So
It's the way to do it.
I'm changing my strategies because I really want to have Patrick, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of obsessed about it, like getting that.
So what are you at now? What's the so you're aiming for a million? What are you at now? Do you know the number?
Yeah, man, I'm maybe 1,000 downloads per episode. That's not a lot. Like,
Well,
because
it's still.
I
I mean,
it's a small niche, right? I'm from brokers, so obviously I had to get all the brokers from
Yeah.
the whole states, and I kind of do it something differently. So I'm pretty sure I can reach it.
Are you targeting specific people in certain states to think that you're going to get an influence there?
Not yet, but by having those guys, like he said, when you're inviting people who have influence, obviously they will share it. You're gonna get that niche also.
Yeah.
So he's gonna help you.
So you're going to those conferences and stuff like that.
Of course, like that's how you
Network.
approach them,
Yeah.
right? So if you don't pay, you can't really meet them because they're always doing something.
and it's
But when
all.
you're helping them,
Yeah.
you're getting close to them. Then you can ask. That's how I got Neil, right? He did an event where he had Gary V, Ed Milet, all those big guys.
I love Ed.
So,
I love Ed Milet.
okay, Ed Milet was there. He was one of the key speakers. So I paid for the conference. I went there, and I asked Neil, "Hey, bro, why don't you come to my podcast?" And actually said yes to me because I asked. So that's why I got Matt Sapola, who's the other guy.
Look, this is why we do this program, and thank you so much for sharing all this. Like, if you don't, you got to check his content. I mean, if you don't know, I can't even imagine you don't know. They haven't seen what you're doing, but go check him out. Serjan,
Thank you so much.
thank you, and we'll do this again. I'm gonna beat my old record on your show. Please go check that one out. Les courtiers immobiliers du Québec.
Les courtiers du Québec.
Les courtiers du Québec. We can have another one. But thanks again, and
Thanks so much.
all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.